Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Teen Wolf, and with this episode we get to see the pack form together a bit more, I guess. I feel like I say that with every review, but it's true. Now there's definitely a lot of stories going on, so I'll kind of go character by character. Kira, we don't really get to see too much in this episode, which was a little disappointing, but I guess because last episode was her centric episode, they just didn't do as much here with her. But the big characters that have a lot of stories, Lydia and Malia. Now with Malia's story, they finally are dealing with this devil, the desert wolf thing. Don't ask me why I said devil. But yeah, the desert wolf storyline and Malia confronting her mother. Finally. And Theo totally tricking her, and of course Malia's kind of desperate, so she's like, alright Theo, I will follow you, and especially because she doesn't have her own pack right now, and in the end she is very different from her mother. She might have the same abilities, but she realizes my adopted family was my real family, and really my pack is my real family. And she saves Deedon because that's her moral. She's a hero. She's not like her mother. And she doesn't die because Lydia predicts that she is going to die, and pretty much everyone's going to die. And it seems like the Desert Wolf story definitely will still come into play, but it has to be a full moon. Finally, full moon's back in Teen Wolf. It's been a while since we've dealt with the full moon storyline. But yeah, and Lydia is stuck in Eichen House and stuck in her own mind, really. She's seeing Meredith in her mind, and is learning a little bit more about her abilities, and we actually see the scene that we saw in the beginning of this season, not 5B, but season 5 in general, and we find out how she gets these powers. I thought it was a little quick in a weird way, but because it's like, oh, I thought that was going to happen in a different way, but you know, she knows her martial arts very well already, and she definitely had her powers, so we'll see if it was just one of those spur of the moments, I have adrenaline thing, this is why I really know my powers, or if there's going to be kind of this training montage after she leaves Eichen House. Other stories, again, it's just a pack forming. It really was a Malia and Lydia episode mostly. We have the Argents in this episode dealing with the Hellhound, learning a little bit more about Parrish. And then, you know, Theo being Theo. We don't really know his full plan, but he's definitely putting a lot of the pieces to the puzzle here. So what do I think of the episode overall? I will say this was probably the best episode of the season. I do think so far this half of the season has been pretty weak, but it's finally getting to the point where we have the pack together, which is where the show is definitely at its best. And I think it took them way too long for them to bring the pack together, but it's more of that finally moment. The show in this season is going to be a lot better now that they're all together and they're not dealing with their drama. The best two parts were the main stories. Lydia, I obviously really enjoyed. She's my favorite character. Don't really love Meredith as a character, but I understand it was, hey, Lydia, you gotta learn about your new powers. Again, some things happened a little bit quicker than I thought it was gonna happen, which is weird because the storyline has taken a really long time to fully flesh out. But some of the martial arts things I thought were happened a bit quicker than I expected, but still awesome scene. And I love the scene because my second favorite character is Malia. So I love when we have the fight scene of Lydia, which we've already seen that scene, with the Malia fight scene. You know, two moments we've been really waiting for, which is the Malia Desert Wolf story, which has taken so long to get here, finally here, and then the Lydia story, which has taken so long to get here, and then you mishmash them together in making such a really beautiful scene. And you dig obviously deeper into these two characters, which really was the whole point of separating them, is to show that these are individual characters, which we already knew, because that's what I love about Teen Wolf, is that I think they really do show all these characters shining very well, but they do work better as a pack. And I guess the negatives of this episode, there were lulls in the episode where I'm like, alright, I'm a little bored with this scene. I think, honestly, the Theo scenes kind of bother me a bit. I don't want him as a villain still. And I hate that they're bringing all these other villains back. It feels very crowded. So that is my negative towards the episode. Even though I think there were a lot of great moments and a lot of better moments in this episode, it still is very crowded of what they're doing. You got Argents, you got Deucalion, you got the main monster, you got the Dread Doctors, you got Theo, the list goes on. You got the Desert Wolf. How many villains are you going to have in one episode? So, I mean, again, you could see how many people I was listing there. So, once again, cluttered a lot of stuff in one episode, but I'm glad that they obviously concentrated on the Malia and Lydia part, and finally, in the next episode, it seems like it's going to be totally Lydia-centric, which is, I think, something that they've been definitely building up to. And also, hopefully, concentrating on Lydia's mom, because she was still a little creepy in this episode, saying, hey, you know stuff, but, like, why are you not trying to help your daughter? So I'm very curious about Lydia's mother, and they kind of play on that with the preview for next week, that, Styles' father is like, hey, you know what's going on in Icon House. Why are you not doing anything about it? And she's been a really, she's a character I've been really enjoying, because they give you just enough, but you still want to know more about the mystery of Lydia's mother. So hopefully we get to see more of that revealed next episode. But again, I think this was a big improvement from what we've been seeing this season, but there were some lulls and clutteredness in this episode also. But let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the episode? This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links from my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget, I will have a Teen Wolf review next week. And of course, a little late because Teen Wolf is on Tuesdays now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.